Day One Patch Podcast.
Lionel Trains?
Episode 190.
Man, I got that train clock. All right, continue. Sorry.
You're really excited about that train clock.
The hell yeah.
We're a video game podcast, and this week we're going to be talking about Xbox potentially launching a streaming service. Overwatch apparently does not belong in the loot box controversy discussion, according to Blizzard's CEO. We have Star Wars Battlefront 2 loot crate prices.
Christ almighty, 2 loot box stories in a row. Woo!
Rival CPU makers, Intel and AMD, are partnering up to make a super fast integrated graphics chip for portables. Matt, you're excited for that, right?
You're pointing at me weird, so no.
I pointed at you.
No, it's because your finger pointing at me is being blocked perfectly by the mic stand.
Okay.
So it just looks like your hand is disappearing and you're just like holding it there.
PlayStation trophies could potentially earn you some cash money.
Get that money!
And that's all we got for this week.
Don't look over here, Adriano, or laugh.
Jeez.
I think I broke Adriano's by going, to get that money!
Well, what is that?
I don't know.
Is
I
that
just
something?
said it.
I don't know. It's just weird.
Just set him off. Maybe your Lord of the Rings conflict has finally caught up to you.
He's cracked. He's finally cracked.
No. And nobody knows. Nobody knows what you're talking about. There's no context.
Yep. I hope you all enjoy that inside joke. And I got turned down on the old mixer there.
No, I turned myself down. For some reason, my mic got really, really hot this recording. I don't know if someone
started burning. Jesus!
I don't know what happened. I don't know. It still sounds loud to me. Maybe this is headphones. Actually, these are different headphones.
That's probably it.
They're pieces of crap too.
You should be looking
What's
at
that noise.
Huh?
The squeaking.
Ooh, that's really squeaky if you're like hardly moving them.
There's like for some reason these cheap, crappy headphones
Why are you
squeak like crazy, and I'm like, these are like supposed to be professional monitoring headphones, and they're just like.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Oh, I'd kick someone in the ass. So
My L2 trigger on my PS4 controller squeaks.
Aaron's does too. I remember that.
Yeah,
I think yours does a little too. Doesn't
my
it?
old one does, yeah.
Yeah.
it's really fucking annoying.
I've never had that, but my 3 analog sticks have
What is
broken.
happening with like electronics?
They're just crappily made, and I don't even necessarily blame the companies. I think it's just that we're at this point where everything is so mass produced that you cannot make it quality in the same amount of numbers that you need to produce.
I actually wouldn't. I don't think that's fair. They definitely could if they just adjusted the release date, adjust the development cycle to like end in the summer, and then start producing.
The problem is you don't want that much stock just sitting there. You need to move it through the system.
But it's going to sell. If you're in that big of a rush to produce if a second is too long for you to wait on the assembly line, like you want to shave off every second you can, then you should. Then you clearly know that people are going to buy this thing. So you should be preparing for that.
No, but they're trying to squeeze out every single penny they can, and it costs them money to keep all that inventory. So they want to get it through as fast as possible.
Capitalist bastards, one might
And
say.
they're building like tens of millions of these like controllers. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they're pretty bad. I remember when I bought an Xbox One controller, I was trying to buy there was like the new revision that had like the headphone jack, and I wanted to use that. So I was going to buy a new controller because I only had launch day ones. And I remember my launch day ones both had different problems. I forget what they were. And then I bought 4, I kept returning it. I had 4 different Xbox One controllers. Literally bought it, A button wouldn't work. Bought it again, A button wouldn't work. Bought it again, the trigger wouldn't work. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
I only ever bought one Xbox One controller, and it seems to work perfectly well with me. It does have the 3.5 mil on the bottom, so it is a newer controller.
Yeah, I did I recently purchased beyond that issue. I purchased the Gears of War controller, and that's a super nice controller. And that one's the new revision as well. So maybe it was just because the new revision was literally really new at the time. I don't know.
What's the
bad batch? I don't know.
What's the headphone jack on the Xbox One controller?
It was proprietary. It used to be.
But now it's 3.
Now they changed it.
It still has the old one on there though.
In case anyone had some leftover headset or something.
You can buy the Xbox One headset, and it only works on that.
What did the old 360 controllers have?
2.5 mil.
There was a 2.5 mil and a a rectangular shape for the keyboard attachment I have at the bottom of mine.
Yeah,
it was that.
Huh?
Yeah, those. Yeah, they're the two rectangular things are clips, and then there's the 2.5 mil.
Okay. What's new, guys? What are you guys playing? Watch anything new?
I don't know about no, I didn't watch anything new. I'm kind of still catching up on Star Trek Discovery.
I'm way behind on that.
Yeah,
now.
I'm like two. So how many episodes would you say you roughly? I've just watched episode 5.
3 or 4, I think.
Okay, because there was a guest. So they had they had a guest actor in one episode, which really threw me off. It was just like I would never cast this person in a Star Trek show.
Wow.
But it was weird that they picked him. But I started playing Gran Turismo Sport. I actually started playing it before the last podcast. I just forgot to mention it.
Well, you've also just kind of gotten more into it now than ever.
No, yeah, but I'm also this is the least enjoyed the Gran Turismo that I'm the least enjoying ever. And the reason is because I was explaining this to Matt over at PSN, is there is no offline, there's no single player against AI career mode. It's only online and it's only against other players.
That's weird.
It's very weird.
Doesn't that mean you could potentially never win if you're not that good of a player?
Yep, absolutely. And so far, I've yet to win a race because
Everyone's so much better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there are like offline. There is technically a career mode, but they're very staged challenges. And so far, out of the 150 challenges I've done plus, there's actually only one legitimate race in there. When before, you would literally pick your National A, National B, International A, National B, or Super Series or whatever, and then in there'd be like fucking 15 to 20 different cups, and then in there would be like 3 races each. And then you get to like, oh, this one you can only use Japanese cars that were built between 1970 and 1979. So then you need to go shop for a car, and you get to tune it as you need to for that. You get to use it. And I miss doing that. Because now it's just, oh, you want to race this one? Well, either A, you can only use these cars from your garage, and doesn't matter what tune-ups you do, we're knocking everyone down to this level because everyone has to be the same, so we're undoing all your changes. Or it's, we're giving you the car to use for the race. And like I got like a bonus 1,000,000 credits because I had the limited edition. So it's just like, I'm literally just accumulating money, and there's no reason for me to be doing this.
Wow.
So it's not like the driving itself is still fun. I enjoy it.
How's it look?
It looks fantastic. It actually looks really good.
You showed us pictures, and like you were like talking about like a comparison to real life or something.
Well,
and I actually got it incorrect.
Yeah, well, because one of the things they push is it's a very social media focused game. Like you have a whole profile and a whole like news feed where you're posting photos, and one of the things they did is there are pre-rendered and pre-made backgrounds, and there's environments in which you can go drive around in, and then you can unlock the camera, and using like full DSLR camera options, you can take photos of your car in these certain landscapes. So then I showed you I showed you a photo. I showed you guys one, and I'm like, that background's real, but the car's fake. And you guys were like, whoa.
Yeah, that was right. That was the situation. That's pretty damn cool.
But game's fun, but I'll probably be retiring it much faster than I would any other game.
Right?
Yeah. Unless, because like I don't know if they're planning on doing a 7 with like a proper career mode, or if they're going to like if enough people bitch and complain about this one, maybe they'll release an update for it. But
yeah, so the last one was
Gran Turismo 6.
Gran Turismo 6. This one's Gran Turismo Sport.
Yes.
Before Gran Turismo 6, they had Gran Turismo
5
Prologue.
There was a prologue for 6, I think. Then there was Gran Turismo 2, Gran Turismo 3 Prologue, Gran Turismo 3, Gran Turismo 4.
There was a 3 prologue?
I'm pretty sure there was. Then there's a 5 a prologue, and then 6, and then Sport.
So you're hoping that the Sport is just a prologue to 7?
Maybe, yeah. Because if they announce Gran Turismo 7 with a proper like offline campaign, I'll be like, yeah, okay.
This is funny. In typical Gran Turismo fashion, the game came out, no one's really talking about it, but it's probably selling millions of copies. You know,
that's really weird. Well, this sounds like it's the first. It's getting a little bit of that for like the first Forza Horizon syndrome there.
Because people are arguing though that Forza is a better racing sim than GT now.
But this like Sport sounds like it's an offshoot, and the first Forza Horizon, which is an offshoot of Forza Motorsport,
a little more
didn't
arcadey.
do so well.
Yeah, well, not
So
arcadey,
wait,
but
out of the Horizons and the Motorsport, which one is the more arcadey one? Which one's the more simulator one?
Horizon's the arcadey one. That's the one where you can like free roam a world and stuff.
Motorsport is like track racing.
Yeah,
See, that's what
exactly.
I want. And maybe I'll eventually.
You should try. You should try Forza on your computer. I don't know if you can run it.
I have it. I have the beta. There's a free to play beta version of one of them.
Hell, you could probably download an old version of Forza, no? Or are those not on? When did they start coming to
No,
PC?
they've actually. I think Microsoft removed some of them from the store.
Well, but when did they start coming to PC?
That's a good question. Actually, I don't know.
Weren't they at it? They were mainly an Xbox exclusive, right?
They are an Xbox exclusive, but I don't actually know when they were added to PC. It's a good question.
Right.
I know they're all on Xbox.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Just because the older versions you'd probably be able to run if they are up there.
Yeah,
I'd probably even be able to run the newer versions, just if I scaled it down.
Yeah,
but yeah, I don't know. That's me.
Matt, what's you?
Tech related news, I guess. We're getting fiber we're getting fiber to the home.
Moving to the 21st century.
Yeah, well, really going to like I already have good internet. Probably already talked about my
with
internet
old
upgrade.
tech, though.
What's that?
With old tech, I'm saying now you're moving to the next phase.
Yeah,
in communication.
We had like some pretty serious problems. I don't know whether I mentioned that last week.
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
But anyway, so our internet went down, and there was like a bunch of problems with the support, and it took like 5-6 days, if not more. I can't remember exactly, for it to come back up. And then when it came back up, apparently they hadn't even sent in the ticket. So we're like, well, we're glad it's up, and we're happy with the speed, which is 60 right now. But it's like one of those things where it's like, if it goes down again, we can't be down for that long.
Yeah.
And like yeah, exactly. So it's like the internet gets used so much in our house, and there's a new company around called Metro Loop, and they do fiber right to the home. So I'm talking to a guy right now, like a salesman, and we're gonna schedule an appointment and get it done. So it's pretty exciting. The node literally just went in. Like they were there. Like the construction crew had been there off and on for a couple weeks. And they just finished up last week or whatever they were doing to it. They were there last week, and my dad went over and like actually talked to them. So
wow,
yeah, that's how we got the number for a guy. So yeah, it's pretty exciting. We're getting at 150 down now. I can't remember what the up is, 50 or something. I don't quote me on that.
Even that's incredible though.
Unlimited usage, and we're gonna get home phone too because
might as well.
might as well, and it's half the price or something, around half the price. So yeah, pretty exciting. And literally, like I asked, because they have like full gig. Like that's what fiber's kind of known for, right? It's full gig, like 1,000 down. And I asked, I'm like, is that a service thing, or is that like do you have to come in and put a new machine? Because if I don't know, if I ever needed a gig, and I called and I'm like, can you give me a gig for a couple months? Because these guys aren't contract based. They're like, oh yeah, just call and they'll do it.
So they're giving you stuff that's future proof, essentially.
Yeah, and they're giving me like apparently a pretty good router and stuff. And he said like if I have a better router, like they can just accommodate. But my router's getting pretty old, so I'm gonna try theirs, and I'll talk to the guy. Like he's gonna come over and stuff. So.
Get that 802.11 AC going.
That's exactly
You'll need
why.
that, right?
That's exactly why I'm thinking of just using theirs.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm concerned about is my laptop.
Wait. Okay. If you're getting that free month of a gig, right? Won't you need a better if you want to do? Won't you need a faster speed on your router?
No, my router is a gigabit.
It is.
I did future proof it, but it's one of those things where it's like I thought the internet speed would have increased earlier, and so like the router itself got old, so it doesn't have like all the new. I always forget the stupid Wi-Fi bands, but like it doesn't have those new ones. It has ones from a few years old. The one thing I'm kind of concerned about, and I think it might be a Windows 10 issue, is Windows 10 is this really weird issue where you can't see the strongest Wi-Fi. So I can't see my own router sometimes, but I can see everyone else's. And I had that problem in my house. I had that problem in my uncle's house. It only happens randomly. Sometimes restarting the router, sometimes restarting the computer fixes it, but sometimes it won't be fixed ever, and I just have to wire in.
Yeah.
So I'm a little worried that maybe it's something to do with like better bands or something like weird like that. And maybe like this new router won't be able to connect to. I don't know. But like, I mean, that's a small concern. I can always, just sort of work around it.
Yeah,
sure. Like, I mean, I'll figure it out. Like, I gotta talk to the guy about getting a wire, because like some of my stuff is wired, like my desktop and stuff. But
wait, so they only give you a wireless? Like, is it a modem router combo thing?
It sounded like on the phone, and like, don't quote me on this. Like, on the phone, because I just talked briefly with the guy, it sounded like it was actually two separate machines. Because he was like, oh, we can set you up with a modem and then like a pretty sweet router. But he's like, if you have a better router, we can like just kind of use that. So like to me, that kind of sounded like it was two separates. But like if it like, or maybe it is a combo and they can just disable one. But I mean, if they have a good router, like power to them, I'll let them.
Well, I mean, that's what I do. We have the Bell router modem combo, and I just turn off the wireless router.
That's the thing. Like if I'm able to do that, like as long as they don't lock it out, then I don't care. Honestly, like I really don't care about my network as long as I'm able to A, forward ports as I need to, and B, have it up and running all the time. Basically. Yeah. So pretty fantastic.
As for me, I've been completed Call of Duty, WW2.
Yep.
Finished that. That was a pretty great campaign, and I agree with you. I wish there was like some single player DLC, but that will never happen. I don't think ever. They make too much money and too much focus is on the multiplayer, which I mean is understandable when like 90% of the people who play Call of Duty play the multiplayer.
Yeah.
Only, right? They never even touch the single player.
I want to know if that's the same this time around. Because they kind of like really invested in the story scene this time, so like
this is what I'm confused. It seems like they promote the story a lot. Like the initial announcement, they brought the cast out. They had I know it's bad now, but Kevin Spacey. It seems like they actually wanted to make a good campaign. You know what I mean?
It might be one of those things where it's just like I don't know whether this is a good comparison, but with the Vita, it might be one of those things where it's like not many people play it. In this case, not many people own the Vita, but anyone who does really loves it. So anyone who plays Call of Duty campaigns really love them, and they probably replay them a couple of times.
But another thing is, though, like sure, 90% of the people don't even touch the single player, but that's 90% of tens of millions of copies sold.
That's the thing.
Do you know what I mean? So 10% of that is a lot of people playing the single player.
Exactly.
Which would be a lot for even a normal single player game.
And to be honest, like, I actually like really like appreciated I bought Advanced Warfare because they put. Again, it's bad now, right?
Yeah.
But for the time, Kevin Spacey in there, because like he was in House of Cards and stuff. So I was like, oh, he was
popular back then for good reasons, not bad reasons.
And essentially, he was playing. The same role as he does in House of Cards.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, this is cool. And I actually really appreciated this like squad of guys. Like it wasn't just like Captain Price and the merry band. It was like you knew these people.
Yeah, that was my problem with once the Call of Duty games got out of World War II. And started going into new characters and stuff, I stopped caring about them as much. I remember caring about the World War II guys for some reason.
Yeah.
And that got restored in this one. I remembered, I remembered the characters and stuff in WW2.
Yeah.
Whereas in I know Captain Price and Soap, right? Just because they're kind of ridiculous. You know what I mean?
Well, Captain Price is from the first one.
Yeah.
First Call of Duty.
Yeah.
So he's classic and he's iconic.
Yeah. But this one kind of restored my caring of the actual characters that they had. Now, it's not the greatest of scripts, it's not the greatest of campaigns, but it was good for a Call of Duty. You know what I mean?
What it really did for me was really bring me back to the first game. I don't know if you've ever played the first game, but I played like not even like COD Classic. Like I'm talking like I literally played Call of Duty like on the computer.
Yeah.
And that game was like all about.
Did you catch that?
What
the hell are you doing over there?
I accidentally hit the microphone icon on my thing.
Oh.
And started just like my microphone turned on. Like, doo, doo.
Damn it. But like the original Call of Duty wasn't like really like a lone soldier. It was like all about like you going in with like a huge not a specific squad per se, but it was like a whole like platoon or whatever, and you were like invade this town and they do this, do that. Same with COD 2. That was really big, so it kind of brought me back to that. Plus with the health kits of the first game, that was cool. Health kits are not online, to be clear for anyone.
Yeah, thank God.
And the veteran is fucking hard, real hard in this game. Do think that the beginning was a little rushed. The D-Day invasion to me seemed very rushed. Like it's supposed to be like this big iconic like. Everyone knows about D-Day. And then it was just like, I just like ran up the beach and I'm like, I'm already, all right, the beach is over.
It lacked an intensity that I was expecting.
That's the thing. Like, it was just like, take cover. Okay, you're on the beach wall now. And it's like, oh, all right.
And it's literally like, I'm in my head, I just picture like bullets flying everywhere, stuff exploding, hundreds of guys just running up this beach, getting blown up and stuff. And you're jumping from like crater to crater and hiding behind those tank or anti-ship thing or whatever.
Hedgehogs.
Yeah, and when I started playing this game, it's like, oh, it's really quiet. You're on this boat. There's no sounds. you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And everyone's like making jokes and stuff as they're as they're going towards their death. And then the door drops and a couple guys get shot, and then you jump over the side, classically, right? And then it's just this boring trudge up to the...
And it's not even a trudge. It's like a couple of feet, it almost felt like.
Yeah.
Because you run so fast in Call of Duty.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I'll admit, I had to take cover more in Veteran. Like, Veteran, it's like you have to wait for that MG to stop shooting and then get up and run.
Yeah.
But I was playing on regular, and, like, I didn't wait. I just, like, walked up.
Mm-hmm.
I was, like, essentially just, like, walked up. No one shot me. I just, like, got down and, like...
And then instantly you're fighting in trenches.
blew
And
up
it's
the
just
seawall.
like...
Yeah.
That's not what I expected.
Like even like dare I say, even like Medal of Honor Frontline, I remember had like a bigger D-Day thing where it was like go here and like talk to this guy and like shit we lost the explosives, go talk to the explosives guy.
Yeah.
But the online is really cool. And talking to D-Day, there's a D-Day map in the war mode. The war mode's my favorite, of course.
That feels more like D-Day than the campaign.
Yeah,
did,
tons of AI and the actual guys running at you. So the online is super fun.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, that's it.
Well, I thought you were gonna say something. That was really weird.
No,
I thought you were gonna say something. You go look at your phone. I'm like, no, I don't know.
I'm just saying what's coming up next. That's all. Oh, I started Inhumans as well
Why?
because it's part of the MCU. So I need to know what happened.
You don't need to know.
It's
do need to.
really fucking bad.
Yeah, I feel bad for the actors.
I don't. They knew what they were doing.
Because they think, oh, we're in this Marvel show. It's our big break.
Yeah.
And it's just not there. And
it broke their career.
It's probably going to get canceled.
I hope.
Have you heard any word of it being picked up for a second season?
Not yet, but I think the season finale actually airs. What's today? Tonight, actually.
The season finale is
as
tonight.
we're recording this.
We're missing it. What are we doing?
No, the thing. Jesus Christ.
There's an hilarious death scene in
Lord.
episode, I think.
Spoilers, no?
Yeah, I know you're absolutely right, but I'm going to.
You don't care.
So spoiler alert then.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying you. I'm literally saying it. There's just an hilarious death scene that it's so bad in I think episode 6. But let me know when you watched it.
The Runaways, is that
is a Hulu series.
that's MCU?
That is MCU.
And,
Posters-
it's also
posters-
airing on Showcase.
Yeah, there is a Canadian broadcast if you want to watch it.
How can I watch it on Showcase though?
Turn on the TV and
on
tune
Showcase.
No,
Showcase.
but is there an online vestige for me to watch it?
No, you have
Possibly.
you have satellite.
But yeah,
No,
also,
but I don't want to watch it like that.
You have
what do you
have a
mean?
PVR.
It's a TV show on TV. What's wrong with you?
I can't sit down and watch it.
It's
I
a
don't-
PVR.
Yeah, literally fucking PVR. What's
Fine.
Use your freaking PVR.
don't
If
get
you don't want to
that.
watch it at the
PVR.
time, that's understandable.
Yeah.
Watch it out. PVR it.
Fine. I'll
What do
PVR.
you-
Yeah, I
do you
don't.
mean?
Yeah, I don't get that
'Cause
logic.
then I got ads and I got to skip past the ads and it's just
You would
I
have,
can't
you
even
would
do
have,
that.
You would have ads online. They'd put
yeah.
it,
They show you one and it's like 15 seconds and then you're on to the next
okay,
bit.
you just literally skip done.
Yeah, but I got to do something.
I don't like.
Or pause it.
You-
You have that
Can I-
functionality.
can
I
I-
don't.
You were wondering how you were going to watch it. We told you you're going to watch it, and you didn't like
No,
it.
but I wasn't asking for how do I watch on TV. I know how to watch things on TV. I wanted to know if there was an online place for me to watch it.
I'm sure Showcase.ca will let you watch it with your subscription. You just have to sign in.
Would it be on iTunes, maybe?
Oh, absolutely. They probably put it on iTunes. Actually, maybe
I don't
not.
think so.
No, I don't think so.
All right, well, I guess I'll have to PVR it then.
The trailer for Runaways, I've seen it about 50 times because it's a commercial, and it looks absolutely horrendous.
It's supposed to.
Inhumans looks good in comparison. And,
Oh my
and you
God.
know what? Like
Because-
I don't mind ripping apart Inhumans because they know it's bad. Like
Yes.
they better know it's
Of
bad.
course they know, yeah.
It's not like it was like, oh, it's on the borderline. No, it's
but-
fucking atrocious.
Well,
is what it is.
so far, early reviews for Runaways are more favorable than
Inhumans.
Inhumans.
Maybe it's because I just don't care
Possibly. That
about
might be
the
it.
topic. You know what? I don't care about Inhumans either.
Marvel has to rein in this rogue guy.
ABC, but also they've already announced another ABC show.
Spider-Man.
Look, he's watering everything down too. Do you know what I mean?
What was the show?
No, they haven't said. They literally said there was another one in the works. I don't know if it's Damage Control because they have a pilot for that. Most Wanted didn't get picked up.
So Disney is having their own streaming service coming out, and apparently the Netflix shows are either going to no longer exist, like they're going to stop running, or they're going to switch services from Netflix to Disney's.
I imagine that they would switch over. They wouldn't. I can't imagine just kiboshing them all together.
Who knows? They got like 10 billion other shows in the works. Also, live action Star Wars show, which I'm pretty excited for.
Yeah, I'm gonna come over and watch that on your subscription. Or maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll just like
They sold me on that though.
The live action Star Wars show.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna get the Disney subscription service because there was no reason. I don't watch too many Disney shows or movies or anything like that, and I have all the Star Wars movies elsewhere.
Is there enough
So-
for a streaming service? Is my question. Like, it's one
If
of those things where it's like they have a lot, but is
if
it
they
enough?
put the entire Disney backlog on it, absolutely.
But
There's
see,
a
I don't-
lot of classic Disney that I like.
But they still do the Vault thing, don't they?
Yeah, but they still can for like personal home release. But now, just like this is a streaming service, like or just like bring it in waves.
Yeah, they could just say now like
Yeah.
Bambi or whatever, like streaming for this month or year or whatever it is. You know.
Yeah.
See, I don't like that. If I'm getting it direct from source, I don't want them to be like, yeah, but it's going to go away next week.
No, but that's what Disney traditionally does with home release. They say we're bringing it out of the vault, and then it sells a bunch of copies because people are like, "Oh, I can't get it until today," and then it's a sales technique.
Realistically speaking, though, and I don't know.
I mean, you would have it forever after that, but
Well, you would, but I'm saying I could probably go and buy it digitally,
yeah,
and I'm sure there's going to be a place on Amazon I could buy Bambi.
yeah.
So, like, I don't know how like important it is to run out and get it. You know
I
what
don't know.
I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Honestly, like I haven't checked, but like
Yeah.
that's my 2 cents.
I will pay $10 a month to watch the Star Wars.
Oh my
TV show.
Christ!
Well, I would pay $10 a month for the duration of me watching it. And then
Exactly.
I'd cancel it and wait for the next one.
Exactly,
And
yeah.
bring it back on. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
Albeit I paid for a Stargate streaming service, so
There you go.
Oh, Matt.
What would you want to see from a Star Wars TV show?
Nothing Jedi related or nothing Sith related.
So George Lucas had 50 scripts prepared for Star Wars Underworld, which was a live action TV show.
Starring Kate Beckinsale.
I'd watch that. Yeah. I paid $10 a month for that.
all
too.
right, there you go, $10 a month. Close down the show.
But no, so this script took place in like a seedy underworld of Coruscant during the episode 3 and during the time between episode 3 and episode 4.
This also sounds like Star Wars 1313.
A little bit. That might have been inspiration for it. And what George Lucas was waiting for was the price of, or the cost of CG
production?
to come down because he didn't want to make it look like crappy TV budget. He wanted a movie budget or movie quality on a TV budget. So he was waiting, and that's why it never got produced.
I'm kind of glad it never got produced. 'Cause
Disney now owns those scripts, and I don't even think they'll touch them. They'll probably
Good.
they didn't touch episode 7, 8, and 9 scripts, so they probably won't touch these
good,
scripts.
yeah, get rid of them. Yeah, no, I still need to catch up on
Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
and Rebels. Because Rebels, I think, is getting removed from Netflix. If it
well,
hasn't.
with the Disney thing, it definitely will.
Eventually. But like the Clone Wars gets threatened with removal. Like the contract gets renewed every once in a while. So they always put up an expiration date saying these are getting removed on this date. But then they always just end up renewing it. But because I guess like there's like the contract is expiring and they haven't renewed it, they always put up an expiration date. So I'm like, oh, I guess Clone Wars is leaving, and then it's just right back.
I went to go buy the Clone Wars movie because I noticed it wasn't in my collection. And I know it's a bad movie, but I still need it for my collection on iTunes, and it wasn't there. It's gone from iTunes.
Yeah, you know what else isn't on iTunes? The Lord
Lord
of the Rings,
yes.
Fellowship
Yes,
of
yes.
Fellowship of the Ring Extended Edition.
Yes, I know.
But the other 2 extended editions are there. Why why? That doesn't make any
Your
sense.
whole Lord of the Rings situation is just a
And
disaster.
it used to be there because I have a copy.
Yeah, I
of
know.
it.
Yeah, because
So-
I said that I messaged that to my buddy, and he's like, what are you talking about? And he sent me a screenshot. He's like, look, I have it in iTunes. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's in your library, but sign out and then go search the store. You can't. It won't be there. It's gonna be gone.
Let me ask you a question, both of you. Is how do you guys think about, or what do you guys think about streaming services adding and removing stuff? Do you?
I hate that they do that.
No, but do
I
you
understand.
prefer streaming services still? Because I know that you Adriano have said before you don't really like subscriptions. So do you still like them enough? Like, what is your general opinion of it, and like how far do they have to go for you to say fuck this, I'm not paying anymore? Like, they have to remove everything but Netflix originals. Like, what do they have to do?
See, I
piss
think
you off?
I think
I don't
Netflix
know.
is worth the Netflix originals.
I would agree with that. Yes.
So they can remove every other movie and TV show. That's fine. I would still pay for it for the Netflix originals because they've consistently come up with good shows or movies. Do you know what I mean?
My issue with Netflix doing that though is I do like their original programming, but a lot of their original programming I watch it once. I'll toss on if I'm working. I'll toss on like Trailer Park Boys or like Mike Tyson Mysteries. Just I've like that episode's probably been played 60 times, but like it's just
You
in
know
the
Mike
background.
Tyson Mysteries is not a Netflix original.
No, it
You
isn't.
know,
No, it isn't. That's exactly what my problem is.
It's a WB animation.
But that's exactly what my problem is. Trailer Park Boys, I guess, is. But like Mike Tyson Mysteries is a good
Well,
example.
there's inherited Netflix originals.
Yeah,
Yes.
like Trailer Park Boys and Black Mirror and Arrested Development.
But like, well, for example though, like for Mike Tyson Mysteries, I'll like just toss it on, or I'll like fall asleep or whatever. Because I've already seen it, I don't care. It's one of those things where it's like if it was only Netflix originals on there, I'm kind of like down to Trailer Park Boys. So it's like I would need to like purchase the Mike Tyson Mysteries.
Well, that's the point I wanted to make is I don't trust Netflix with anything I care about.
That's not great. Like,
no, but they have The Force Awakens and Rogue One on Netflix.
But those you do know those are eventually going to go.
Yes, so that's why I purchased them on iTunes, so I always have them and I can always watch them.
Yes, but what's interesting about this was there's an interesting trend. I think I don't have the data, but what I assume is I wonder if Netflix has actually and streaming services in general have actually pushed home sales up. Because people before were like, oh, I'll just watch The Grinch next year again. They don't have it on DVD or whatever. Now it's like, I'm so used to just watching it whenever I want it. I could rewatch that 50 times. Now it's gone off Netflix. I better go buy it.
Maybe, but I also know people throw out their DVDs because they thought, we'll just use Netflix.
I remember that. I remember going to like old yard sales and like antique sales, and they're like, "Oh yeah, but you're just getting rid of these. They're on Netflix." And I'm like, "They're going away, right?" They're like, "No, they're not." I'm like, "All right."
Yeah.
Like whatever.
It's not permanent, but it's weird though because because like people in the States are not going to have it, but Crave up here, those are locked in. Those, if you look at the expiration dates, which not every version of the UI will show it, but if you can find a version of the UI that does, the expiration dates are like listed for like 2034. Like it just
because that's an interesting situation because that's Crave is from Bell, right?
Yeah.
So they have all those long-term contracts.
Exactly, and I think they have those. I think anything that they get automatically. There are some exceptions I've noticed, but like anything that's on CTV Space, Comedy Network automatically goes on.
They also have like their pay-per-view thing, so I wonder if that crosses over.
Maybe
they
have HBO and Showtime stuff.
That's amazing.
Unfortunately, though, with HBO, they don't. Stuff doesn't get added to HBO content doesn't get added until after the show is completely done.
Showtime, I actually kind of appreciate that.
That's not true though. I've been watching The Deuce. That gets added the day after.
Really?
Each episode, yeah. So The Deuce airs on Sunday, and then the day after I watch it on the Movie Network app.
Yeah, the Movie Network app.
Oh, but Crave.
Yeah, no,
Crave. Okay.
Crave. HBO stuff on Crave doesn't get added until after the entire show is done.
Yeah.
Showtime, I can definitely appreciate that.
Showtime gets added. Showtime stuff on Crave gets added after when the next season starts. The last one will get added.
Yeah, I do wish HBO Now was in Canada though. I much preferred that over the crappy Movie Network or Crave.
Yeah, but isn't HBO Go and the TMN Go virtually the same thing? Isn't TMN Go just the Canadian version of HBO Go?
That's what I heard, yeah.
Is it really? Is it like almost identical?
That's what it is, because up here in Canada, it's HBO Canada falls under the Movie Network. Like when you subscribe to HBO on a cable subscription, you're actually subscribing to the Movie Network package, which gives you HBO.
Okay.
And that's how they facilitate it.
Well, they need an Apple TV app then.
Yeah, but that's
or even a PlayStation app or something.
Yeah.
They have an Xbox 360 app.
Movies Anywhere. Movies Anywhere app. Oh, man, I'm so excited.
All right, let's get into some games, eh? Halfway through the podcast, we'll finally talk about some games here. Speaking of streaming services, though, this is a nice little segue. Xbox could be launching a streaming service, similar in the way that PlayStation Now is a streaming service for PlayStation. So in an interview with Bloomberg, Xbox boss Phil Spencer said that Microsoft may launch a streaming service by 2020.
That's a long ways away.
These are his exact words. Microsoft will probably debut a streaming service that doesn't require a console for some types of content in the next 3 years.
This is one of those things where. Did you have more to read there? I didn't want to cut you out.
Not really. No.
This is one of those things where it's like, I feel like it's going to flop real bad because of Groove Music.
Well, PlayStation Now seems to be. They keep adding to it and they keep promoting it, so it must be successful to some degree.
But I feel like, and I know Groove Music is a different service, but I feel like for some reason there's like a core of Microsoft products that everybody sort of uses, and if something's kind of like very closely related to those core products, Xbox, Windows, stuff like that, if something's very closely related, people will use it. But for some reason, it's like, you know, Windows for years had Windows Media Player, and people like immediately migrated away from that. Internet Explorer immediately migrated away from that. Now, albeit sometimes it's because things are bad, Internet Explorer for an example, but regardless, it just seems to me like if they introduce something that's kind of out of bounds, I guess, then it doesn't do well for some reason. I don't know why.
No, I see what you're saying, but I think Groove Music is a particular case just because they were really going up against two titans, and I don't think there was any chance they were going to win. Do you know what I mean?
See, that this is one of those classic cases of they should just have a Windows 1 subscription.
Yeah.
If Microsoft could take over my life and have all my software on Microsoft for $40 a month, here's my $40, and just run my life for me. Go ahead. Do it.
But do you want Microsoft running your life, though?
I will take the errors as long as the software there is there.
Really?
I want the damn software there. It really ticks me off that like they have To Do, but they don't really have another. From what I've seen, there's a lot of Microsoft apps that I haven't looked at, but I haven't seen another great task app from them.
You know what Microsoft's not willing to do? They're not willing to sneak it in there though. Like they're just saying like, oh here, come get Groove Music, and they're going to give away their free month trial, but then you have to pay for it. It's just you want to get people on board. You need to be willing to, yes, take a hit on it and eat the cost. You want people to get on to Groove Music. It is part of your Xbox Live subscription.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Literally, just say, "Oh, you pay for Xbox Live, you automatically have Groove Music."
What would be awesome too,
and then you just gets people on it slowly, show them how worth it is, and then over time, segregate that subscription and then charge them.
Well, the thing is like it would be great too if they had like group discounts. So it's like, you know, I have Office 365, I have Office 365 for business, and I also have. What the heck's the other thing? Xbox Live, obviously. And I use Windows for everything. So it's like, that'd be amazing for them to notice that and be like, okay, here's a Game Pass subscription for free. Because I would end up using my Xbox more. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And then I'd end up buying games more.
But I could see this working, though. If somebody got it working, Microsoft definitely probably can. You know what I mean?
Do you think...
Until you hit the blue screen of death.
But they do have the backwards compatibility, though. I think that might be a difference with the PlayStation. There is no backwards compatibility. So if you want to play your PS3 games, you have to... Or, sorry, PS4 and PS3 games.
And Xbox already has a current subscription service.
I was about to say, did they do it? Did they do that? Game Pass, is it called? I just said it and I forget.
I think it's Game Pass.
So let's just say it's Game Pass. Game Pass, did they do that because they couldn't get streaming working, or did they do that because they think that that's better?
I think that I'm going to assume that they did it because they think it's better,
and I agree with them.
I agree with them. It's like, so that's why when I read the article, it's like you're gonna go for the streaming. It's like, do they anticipate internet connections being stable enough on a worldwide level for streaming to be good enough in 3 years? Because like right now, if right now video games are only a subscription and I had to either do PS streaming or Xbox download, I would rather go for the Xbox download one. I'd rather have a copy of it on my hard drive so I don't have to worry about the internet.
The problem, apparently, according to the GameSpot article, is not necessarily a technical problem. It's not like will it be fast enough to stream in 3 years. It was more a cost issue. So they apparently started developing this back in 2013, and they were testing it in Office, and it was just too costly to run, I guess. And so now I guess maybe the technology's advanced, it's become cheaper to operate, and they can do it at a much lower cost.
The thing is though is with something that's downloadable like what they have now with Game Pass, is why even introduce the cost that streaming has? Like right now they have, all these data stores somewhere in a data center, multiple data centers, wherever their infrastructure is, and let's say like I download a game off of there, I download a Halo game, other than maybe checking in however that works with licensing on the internet, I downloaded it and that data is done. It's not communicating with the network anymore. It's not talking to Xbox Live. It's not talking to that stuff unless it needs to for multiplayer, which they've obviously, figured out and they can manage, or the licensing, which should be easy enough to manage, especially since, Windows 10 apps and everything else. So it's like, why introduce the cost and the headaches really of streaming games when it's just like, well, here's a data store, just download it. Like PlayStation Now would make so much more sense if it was just downloaded. Like streaming, I feel isn't as like if my TV show skips, it's not a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm playing a game and it skips, it's a pain in the ass. So it's a totally different medium.
I think it's probably just a convenience and an instant access. It's the whole reason why you would want all your games downloaded on your console, so you don't have to swap discs. You just hit X or A, and you're instantly playing a game. So the same thing would be with streaming. I don't own this game. I don't want to download it and wait for it to download, regardless of the speed you have. Sure, let's say it takes 5 minutes to download a game, right?
Yeah.
If you have like super fast internet, but it's still that instant. I want to play this now. I can play it now.
Thing is, though, is you are in at least in my experience, you are getting a cheaper experience. I was having input delay. I was having little hiccups, lag, and stuff like that. And I was playing a PS2 game on PS Now during the trial. So it's one of those things where it's like, and I have decent internet, 10 up, 60 down.
Now, who's to say that they won't offer a downloadable offline version? So, like Netflix was only streaming, and they now have a downloadable offline version. So, who's to say PS Now or this Xbox service won't add that in the future at some point?
To be honest, that it would be interesting from a consumer perspective. Although I don't know if consumers would see the value. It would be interesting to say like, oh, I'm gonna start streaming Halo. I don't know, and then like really what it's doing is it's downloading of a copy and it's also streaming. Mm-hmm. But then we're starting to get into the territory of, oh well, if your internet's bad, it might only be able to handle the streaming. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And the download's going to start messing up the stream, and then it's like, well, here we go.
Yeah.
I don't know. The download, it just seems more practical.
I think what the interesting part of this conversation is not their streaming service, but the fact that they said 2020. In 3 years, that sounds like new console territory to me.
I wouldn't say that necessarily since the Xbox One X. I could see that being the time in which the Xbox One X is in the situation of the Xbox One S. So the S might be obsolete then, and the X is the one that is the base model at that time. I can see that happening myself. Because right now the X is sort of the niche pro gamer, whatever you want to call them, console. Mm-hmm. I could see it being phased out. The S, being phased out. You see what I'm saying? Because in 3 years, like realistically, we've had our PS4s, I think, for more than 3 years. And they're still doing okay. And they're like pretty like low spec, realistically, right? Mm-hmm. The Xbox One X is a beast. That thing could last 3 years.
But what I'm saying is, according to all signs, there will be another console generation around 2019, 2020.
What signs?
Whatever analysts, whatever they're hearing, whatever their contacts are saying. Because whatever the next console is, they're already working on that at both Sony and Microsoft. It's in a lab somewhere being tested and being worked on and being
probably
configured.
The day the PS4 came out, it was already doing that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course.
They were working on it in some form.
Some form, yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean, they got to be working on something. They could be sitting there.
So I think the Xbox One X is just going to be the lower tier console of a new console that comes out after that.
See, I get a little bit worked up when I hear new console generation because I don't really I'm so accustomed to this now. Even though this hasn't happened, it's strange. I don't want obsolescence by like, okay, PS4, that's it. Now buy a whole new set of games for PS5. I like the idea, I guess Nintendo's kind of did this, where it's like you buy the new 3DS, new 2DS XL, whatever, whatever versions they have here. The new ones play, some games are only new, but like some of them are backwards, and that new console plays all the old games.
No, I think that's what the PS5 and Xbox 2 is going to be.
I want that to be that, but I could see one of them not doing it, and that's the one that'll lose.
I don't think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, okay, maybe.
Yeah. I could definitely see PlayStation being PlayStation 5.
I'm not saying that both of them, that one of them will do that, but I'm saying if one of them were to do that, I can see that hurting them. And I think both companies have smartened up, and I think everything from here on forward is going to be backwards compatible.
Especially with a lot of more gamers are now downloading their games.
Yeah.
And so everything's in a store that they have all this online library of games now. And I think that's going to transfer over to the next generation.
Do you really think that Sony has smartened up, Major?
Yes.
Yeah. You think? Yeah. I don't think they have. And the reason why I say that is, first of all, they as far as I know, and like I don't work there, so I don't know, but as far as I know, that they don't have backwards compatibility, or like they haven't tried to really make backwards compatibility like
no,
the Xbox.
they physically can't. That's the problem.
I'm saying from here on forward.
Yeah.
What do you mean they physically can't?
The
You're telling me that they can resell me a PlayStation 2 game like War of the Monsters as a PSN game for PS4, and it's not it's like upscaled a bit as far as I know. I don't think it's been HD'd. You tell me they can sell me that again, but they can't make my disc run again? You tell me that thing can't read my disc? Their hands are tied. They don't know what to do.
No, the difference is based off a completely different architecture. The PS3
Xbox fucking did it.
The PS3 had a completely different architecture.
The Xbox did it.
Yeah, but they're emulating it.
Then do that.
Apparently, it's difficult to do that.
Well, that's a shame. They have engineers there, don't they?
No, not good ones.
You see what I'm saying? This is why I don't think that Sony is smartened up. Can't change your name. They're doing this crap. I know it's not like widespread that people want to play PS2 games. Like, I'm not saying that's widespread, right?
No, but the fact that they said, let's build the PS4, we will make it for developers, we'll build it off a PC architecture, sounds like they're going to have, and the PS4 Pro is a testament to this as well. It runs all PS4 games. Sounds like they're going to keep with this tradition of it will run all your games and be more similar to a PC.
I would say the PS4 Pro is basically a PS4 Slim. I understand there is a PS4 Slim. But like what I'm saying is like it sounds to be like, because there was multiple PS3 versions, so it sounds to me like that. PS4 Pro just sounds like, oh, we're competing with Microsoft's X version, so we just created another thing inside of 4. I can see. I'm not going to say I'm surprised if they do this whole backwards compatibility thing with PS5 and it all your PS4 stuff works. I'm not going to be surprised, but I'm not going to be surprised the other way either. I'd be surprised if Microsoft does it that way. I fully think that Microsoft has learned.
Yeah.
But I don't think Sony has.
No.
They can't even change your name.
That there must be something seriously wrong with that system.
It's probably the damn key inside of the damn freaking database. I'm not a database expert, but I know there's apparently your key value is serious. And I bet you our freaking usernames are the key value.
But what's funny is they can't even make it like an alias. Like just so you change your name, but it reverts to your old name. Yeah.
I have my old freaking email from when I was a kid. I just changed it to a more professional thing. That's all it is. Who cares?
Yeah. All right, let's move on here. Overwatch apparently does not belong in the loot box controversy, according to the Blizzard CEO. His name is Mike Morhaime. Do you know how to pronounce his last name?
Damn it, man.
Mike Morhaime. So he said in an interview with Game Informer, I think there's absolutely nothing wrong with crates that give you randomized items. I think that whatever the controversy is, I don't think Overwatch belongs in that controversy. And so essentially what he's talking about is that in Overwatch, it's not a pay to win scenario.
Yeah, I completely agree.
And so he thinks Overwatch should just be left alone. However,
I don't think they should be left alone because they're one of the prime examples when it comes to like people are referring to Overwatch as examples when dealing with this. So
because it kind of popularized
absolutely
it's one of the big ones.
Yeah. But I don't think they're the worst offender.
Yep.
I would say that in terms of like in terms of how offensive, if you will, their loot boxes are, I think they're incidental. I would actually put them in the same tier as Call of Duty. Call of Duty is like, I got a calling card, that's fun. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I can buy my guns when I upgrade. There's some prestige token thing I haven't seen very much of yet, and there's like a paint job thing that I haven't seen much. So there's some stuff to still be explored. But in terms of their loot boxes, I'm fine with that. A couple XP boosts, who cares?
I want to see some data, though, whether people buy more pay-to-win type stuff or if they buy more cosmetic stuff. Do you know what I mean?
I would say that a lot of people would probably buy the pay-to-win stuff. There's a lot of min-maxers in games.
I feel that way, but I want to see the data just to make sure.
And NPD might have that information.
Yeah.
But because we had an article on it, I think the last podcast or podcast before, where somebody spent $15,000 on Mass Effect 3.
Something like that, yeah.
Well, was it cosmetic or was it?
It was the cards.
The cards?
Yeah.
I have a feeling that what it would be is, and this is total guess, there's probably less min-maxers than there are casual players, but those min-maxers would spend the most per min-maxer, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
They're in a small population, but they spend the most.
And so it's worth it.
That's what I would say.
Yeah. Speaking of loot boxes and loot crates, Star Wars Battlefront 2 loot crate prices have been revealed. Now, this is a bit tricky. So bear with me.
Again.
Bear with me a bit here. But yeah, in Battlefront 2, through gameplay or using the game's virtual currency, crystals, you can purchase stuff with real money. Crystals are sold in various packs, And if you're an EA Access member, you can save 10% on those.
Woo! I'm an EA Access member.
The cheapest runs.
Read that shit.
The cheapest runs for $4.49 or $5 for non-EA Access members. It gets you 500 crystals. $5, 500 crystals. While $100 gives you
That's 1 cent a crystal.
While $100 gives you 12,000 crystals apparently. So obviously you should buy the $100 pack. Get your money's worth in quotations. So players can use the crystals to purchase Hero, Trooper, and Starfighter crates. Each one has 1 or 2 star cards, and then you also get crafting parts, which you can use to make higher power items. So here's the Hero crates cost: 110 crystals each. Starfighter crates cost 120 crystals, and Trooper crates cost 200 crystals apiece. So that works out to 60 crates for $100.
I'm already lost.
Here's all you need to know.
This sounds like a goddamn mobile game.
60 crates for $100.
Okay, and what am I getting out of these crates?
You get Hero, Trooper, and Starfighter like items.
And these I can use in multiplayer?
Yeah. You also get crafting materials, which you can craft higher end star cards.
Oh my lord.
I'm already annoyed by this. I don't even own the game yet.
Let's do it.
Is there now? Okay, I don't know if you have the answer to this or whether that's been revealed yet. Is there a way to earn star cards?
Yeah,
by
you're just playing the game. You'll get them. Yeah.
No. I'm not talking about a lottery for them. I'm talking like, I want this particular grenade star card. Can I be like, get 50 kills and get that star card somehow?
I don't.
But I can also get it in a loot box.
I don't know, but my hunch is no.
See, this I think, I know this is slightly off topic, this I think is why I don't mind the Call of Duty system. Level up your gun, get the freaking camo, like the pre-built camos, get the freaking attachments, make the gun better. I did that by using the gun that I bought with a freaking upgrade token, which I got for leveling up. That makes sense. Me getting a couple XP boosts so I can get upgrade tokens faster and having some animated calling cards is a great bit of fun for loot boxes, and I'm fine with that. Having a different shirt is a great bit of fun in a loot box. That's fine in Call of Duty. But the fact that I can like strive to make my gun better and like literally do it by playing is a major difference than this crap.
Mm-hmm. It's confusing too. I don't understand it fully, you know?
This sounds like one of them damn mobile games where it's like crystals, but there's credits.
Yeah.
And there's a premium currency, but there's also gold, but then there's green dilithium.
Wait, there's 3 different types of chests?
Oh, Christ. I didn't miss that part.
Yes.
Okay.
Hero, Trooper, and Starfighter crates.
Okay. So Hero, what those I'm getting? You're getting new characters?
Yeah.
What was the next one?
Trooper.
Okay, what are you getting out of that?
Like either like Stormtrooper or like Clone Trooper or droid stuff.
Okay.
So your standard everyday use soldier stuff. And then Starfighter crates.
Starfighter crates.
Yeah. Each one includes 1 or 2 star cards, crafting parts, and an additional item, which can range from emotes, weapons, victory poses, and other kinds of star cards.
Oh.
Okay, so one second. As a frickin' and you probably already said this, and I'm already confused, and I'm just confused. There's different types of crates. How many types of currency is there? So there's 3 different types of crates. How many types of currency is there?
There's crystal currency.
Crystal, okay.
And I think there are also credits, but don't quote me on that.
And credits and currency.
The crystals buy you crates.
Frack.
The crystals buy you crates.
What does the credits do?
I don't know. I don't actually know if there's credits, but there's usually some sort of credit currency in Star Wars games.
Okay, but wasn't mentioned in this.
No.
Okay, so let's just say for now,
There's just
that it's
crystals.
Crystals is earned in loot boxes.
No.
Yes.
You can get it. You can get crystals in loot. I thought you used crystals to buy loot boxes.
Yeah, but I think you can get them in loot boxes too. It's just like the gold in Overwatch, except instead of buying the specific item, you'd buy a loot box.
Okay.
I think. I don't know.
See,
I got my fingers up counting.
Here's what I'm guessing. The crystals are a paid currency.
That's what I think.
And credits are what you earn in-game, which you can then buy like low-tier crates.
See,
I don't know, but I'm guessing that's how it works.
Okay, well...
So you probably earn credits just by playing the game.
Yes.
And it's going to take a while to save up a lot of credits to get a good loot crate. You know what I mean? But you can buy crystals with real life money and get like a bunch of crates.
This sounds like it's inheriting the scrap system from Battlefield.
Yeah.
They gave me a bunch of superior crates for buying the season pass.
Jeez. You bought the season pass?
Yeah, I said that's what I was talking about.
I thought you just went and tried it.
No, I got the Russian
jeez.
campaign. It was on sale.
I want to buy it now. I wanted to get it. It looked pretty good.
The Russian campaign.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. We don't have much time left. Intel and AMD are partnering up to make integrated or fast integrated graphics for gaming laptops.
That would freaking work with them.
Intel, you're talking. You want to work with Intel, right?
Even though I use their products, I'll still shake my fist at them. Team Red.
But your computer now has an AMD processor, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
Not my laptop. Laptop is Intel and NVIDIA.
How many laptops are sold with AMD processors?
There's some gaming ones, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So does this one interest you at all? It doesn't seem as powerful as it could be.
Well, wait. Define what type of devices it's going to go into. Like a laptop?
Notebooks, yeah.
For some reason, with very minimal information, for some reason it sounds like it's going to be good for ultrabooks.
Well, okay, so apparently NVIDIA is pretty popular with mobile gaming, right?
Yeah.
So Intel and AMD are normally competitors in terms of processors.
And CPUs, yeah.
They're teaming up now to go after NVIDIA.
Specifically, is that literally what?
That's what it sounds like. So now this is going to be bringing AMD graphics to Intel Core i7 processors.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Now,
that's a good one. Yeah,
they're comparing this. They're saying the specs are comparing this to an NVIDIA GTX 1050 Ti. That's according to the leaked specs that we're hearing. And apparently, this will give you competent 1080p experiences in most modern games.
I was about to say that'd be really good for. I think they can get the, like, I mean, I'm not like I don't look up parts all the time, but like I think that'd be good for like an ultrabook, and it'd be really good definitely for people who like, you know, they want to play Civ 6, but they don't really want to invest, much because like some people just play Civ and like The Sims,
Yeah.
the basic stuff.
Yeah.
So like yeah, I would do that because Intel like HD graphics, like those are like the integrated GPUs.
I thought those were getting pretty good though, weren't they?
They're getting better, but like the Intel GPUs are definitely behind.
Mm-hmm.
Like but they are supposed to be for casual people. Like
most
office computers.
MacBooks come with the Intel integrated graphics.
Yeah, and
You had to buy a high end one like mine if you want AMD
Exactly.
dedicated stuff. Yeah.
because like then it's dedicated, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the Intel HD is like lower tier, and it's supposed to be.
You can write your essay on it.
That's interesting. I'll be honest, but the thing that kind of sucks is I'd rather just have a Ryzen CPU, but that's my own bias. So at least I know I'm biased.
Yeah. All right, and our last story: PlayStation trophies can now earn you cash money,
Yay.
but not too much.
Okay.
14 millicents.
So here's how the breakdown goes. This is the reward breakdown: 1 point per silver trophy, 10 points per gold trophy, 100 points per platinum trophy.
Christ.
Collect 1,000 points, and you can claim an entire $10 PSN voucher.
You know what? That's actually not too bad.
1,000 points?
Because people like Aaron who really complete games.
I think Aaron has over 10
You see what I'm saying?
10 platinum trophies.
And he probably
But
doesn't actually.
those aren't getting retroactively enabled. Though,
That's what I heard. I didn't read it in this story, but I did hear that on another podcast I was listening to.
But if they are, then that's a good deal for him because I'm sure they're not going to literally take. They're just going to redeem the trophy and mark it as redeemed. They're not literally going to take the trophy and let him re-earn it.
Right.
So it's like he's still going to get what he had. Now he's just getting more. So I'm fine with that. Yeah, that's
It's
all
funny
right.
that a while ago, a bunch of the cheap, crappy games came on the PlayStation Store, and they were literally just to get you platinum trophies quickly. Do you remember that?
I remember stuff similar to that in on Steam and Xbox.
Steam
and
removed a
stuff.
bunch of just crappy games that kept reusing assets and stuff.
Frick, man.
I once got 10 Microsoft points for my birthday from Microsoft.
Yeah, I get that too. Yeah.
10 Microsoft points.
Yeah.
You know what that fucking translates to?
Like 50 cents or something?
Less. I think it's like a nickel.
Happy birthday! Here's a fucking nickel from one of the biggest companies on planet Earth.
Yeah. It was fucking...
Thanks for being a customer. Go buy one of them Xbox One X's with that fucking 5-cent discount.
That'd be amazing.
Woo!
I got a coupon. Thank you. Please take that off the top.
That would be pretty fantastic, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
I'm afraid I'm going to buy an Xbox One X.
Do it. Who cares?
I'm afraid I'm going to be in the store. I'm going to see it, and I'm going to be like, yes, please.
Yeah,
And then-
Switch.
then
Yeah,
walk
Switch.
out.
Just do it. Yeah, Switch.
If I see a Switch, I might do it too.
Switch.
No. Wait for the Pokemon themed one. That one's gonna be fucking awesome. Pokeball themed, probably.
Are we just guessing this though?
I am definitely guessing, but like a Pokemon game coming into the home console, they're gonna make a freaking themed Switch.
Yeah,
They have two freaking things. They're gonna make one white and one red.
I'll wait for the Harry Potter one.
That's dumb.
All right, that's all the time we got for this week. Hope you guys liked it. And if you did like it, hit that subscribe button on the iTunes and the Google Play Music.
And anywhere else you want to listen to your podcasts,
I don't know where else you listen.
like Podcast Addict and those other podcast apps.
Tune in. Are we on Tune In?
I don't know
We
what
on
that is.
Groove.
No one's on Groove anymore.
Spotify? We on Spotify?
I don't know how that works. I never looked into it.
Who knows how that works? All right, we'll see you guys. And, check out our YouTube as well. We got Dead Space, Let's Plays going up. So they're pretty funny. I laugh when I'm editing them.
There you go.
So yeah, they're pretty
And
good.
when my computer works, we'll have LA Noir because we got a shit ton of episodes done.
Just in time for the HD version coming out.
Oh my god. We should just re-record that in HD.
We'll reshoot the whole thing. Yeah,
No, it is in HD. It's still HD. It's Xbox One.
No,
or
but
Xbox 360. It's
1080. We want it in 1080p with the new dynamic camera system and lights.
telling you right now, I'm not doing that.
I might replay that on the Switch.
I am definitely replaying that game, and I can't wait.
All right.
See ya.
Peace.